Hello, everyone. Named Jalise. Right now, everyone, I'm gonna give you my Captain America Civil War. Whose side are you on? And basically, this is a character. I'm gonna give my opinions upon each character throughout their entire films and the plot of Civil War, and basically which side you should choose. And my opinion, or not who you should choose, of who I am choosing. But overall, I want to know your opinions of which side you're choosing. And give me the reasons why, and please leave a logical explanation why. Now, above all, if you all know my channel, you know how I'm a big fan of Captain America, and it's no surprise that I am taking his side in Civil War. But let's do a character analysis of each character. We got Iron Man, played by Robert Downey Jr. His story arc throughout all his films is that his family created, basically, weapons of mass destruction. They created weapons that kill. They gave it to military people. They all do offer medical stuff, but they're mostly in the business of weapon. They're great for weaponry, and basically, during out the entire Iron Man film, it's all about how Tony Stark is redeeming himself. He doesn't want to sell weapons no more. He doesn't want stuff to kill people. He wants to save the world. He wants to build stuff to protect the world, and that's just basically who Iron Man is. He's trying to redeem his past failures, failures with his families, and overall, he's a good person. Tony Stark is a good person, even though he is a jackass about it. He's like, fuck you, I'm Tony Stark. In Iron Man 3, he called the little kid a pussy. Tony Stark doesn't give a damn about who he talks to. If someone talks back shit to him, he'll talk back shit to him. If someone's nice to him, he'll insult him. Tony Stark doesn't get it. Tony Stark will do what he wants. He's Tony fucking Stark. It's plain and simple. And throughout his entire films, in the first film, he's trying to get redemption for his past failures of his family and use the Iron Man suit to save people instead of killing people with his regular weapons. So, in Iron Man 2, what happens to him? Basically, villains who basically have beef with Tony Stark because of their families or just because they hate Tony Stark in general as a person. That's what happened in the second movie. The third movie, Tony Stark was an asshole to this one person, and basically, he tried to kill Tony Stark. Either way, it's all the fault of Tony Stark. In the Avengers movie, in Avengers 1, I could say he's totally selfless in that movie. He basically does whatever he can to save New York and the world. In Age of Ultron, he created Ultron. So that's a big mess up. And that's why he's going to go in Civil War, and that's why he's trying to help out the people. That's why he's totally for the government right now, because he wants to take actions now for his responsibilities, and that's what he wants for all superheroes to do. While Captain America, he's always been a guy to sacrifice himself for the world no matter what the cost, and he never causes problems, in my opinion. He doesn't create problems. He doesn't have these past aggressions to like people that he messed up or people he was a jerk to want to get revenge against him. No, Captain America's a straight up honest guy. He's basically the perfect soldier. He does whatever he can. He wants to help people. He's just a good man. He's fought in World War II against the Nazis. He sacrificed himself so he could save the world, and then afterwards he wakes up 70 years later and he saves the world again in the second movie. In the first Avengers, he saves the world in New York. In Age of Ultron, he saves the world again. He constantly saves the world. And in Civil War, he's taken his own stand against the government of basically how they want to they want to control the superheroes because they only answer to themselves, and Captain America prefers that. Also because the government, the entire world is now hunting Bucky Barnes, and Steve's not gonna let it happen. Bucky is a killer, but he was brainwashed while doing it. Tony's on the side of the government because it is also revealed that Bucky more likely killed Tony Stark's father, and Black Panther's father too. He probably killed him. So that's why you see the different sides of Civil War. So you got Superhero Registration Act with Tony Stark. Then you got the perfect soldier, Captain America, fighting for what's right in the world, fighting for his belief of his freedom. This is the only first time we have a selfish act. The reason why I choose Captain America, because this is one time where he's choosing himself over somebody else. His belief, he's choosing the belief of basically the belief that what he wants. He's being totally selfish in this one. Here's the thing: we got a man who's always stuck to the line, who's always been there for the human race, and he's always come back. And we can't let him go this once. Tony Stark has messed up this human race indefinitely. I mean, he has messed up this entire Marvel Cinematic Universe in some cases. He's caused a lot of problems, and who has to fix him up? The Avengers, his teammates. Who? Captain America has to clean up his messes. That's the basic thing. And here's the thing: people could say all they want about Captain people could say a lot of shit to Tony Stark and all that stuff, but Tony Stark has faults, and so do so many other characters of the Avengers. Thor, Thor to the Dark World, the government when he was facing Malachi, then Malachi brought destruction to Earth a bit. That was a problem. Hulk, even though Bruce Banner didn't want to destroy Harlem, he kind of did, and he helped create Ultron. These are superheroes. Like, for if the government wants registration acts for these superheroes, then they should just do Iron Man, Hulk, and Thor. Really, because they should only do this stuff to control the superheroes that actually need controlling. Because these characters on their own, they keep on doing destruction. They keep on. Who hasn't caused destruction? Hawkeye hasn't caused destruction. Black Widow hasn't caused destruction. And Captain America hasn't caused destruction. And when I mean, well, they haven't caused destruction, but they were registered by the government. They never sought out to look for it, sought out to have trouble. They never created trouble. Hulk technically created Ultron with Tony Stark. Weapons of mass destruction. Thor accidentally brings his problems with him from another galaxy, and that's a problem. But overall, if you're telling me which side am I going to choose, it's definitely Iron Man. Fail for me, but definitely Captain America versus Iron Man. I mean, why not vote for Captain America in this sense? This is his freaking movie. And everyone was saying like, oh, like, if you see the Captain America Civil War trailer that just came out, and you see like Bucky and Steve are just whooping Iron Man's ass, and how Iron Man is like saying, well, Captain America saying to Iron Man, I'm sorry, Tony, you know I wouldn't have no choice, but he's my friend. And then Tony's like, so was I. Right there, I didn't believe that. Everyone's like gasping, like, yeah, man, he was your friend. No, he ain't his friend. When have you seen Captain America and Tony Stark friends in any of these big movies? Since the Avengers, since they saw each other, they didn't like each other. And Captain America, in Avengers Age of Ultron, their second interaction, they were all on okay terms. They're just more like work buddies. They're work pals. Yeah, I work with you, my co-worker, that's it. It's not like if it was against Black Widow and Captain America. Black Widow and Captain America actually create a good bond in Winter Soldier. Steve is friends with Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow, Falcon, Bucky. Even a little bit of Hawkeye saw it, and he does even give advice to Bruce, and he just tries to be there, like, hey, Natasha, don't wait too long. He's more. Well, who does Tony really have on his side besides Don Cheadle, War Machine? He has Pepper. He has basically Vision. Vision. He helped create a Vision, so I guess he's good friends with the Hulk. But other than that, Dory even has his problems with Tony. Scarlet Witch, her brother freaking died in Age of Ultron because of Tony Stark, because he created Ultron. And, I mean, come on, there's just so many faults of Tony Stark throughout every single dang film that why are the villains there? Because they had issues with Tony and his family. Through his past transgressions, and he does currently. Tony, as Scarlet Witch said in Age of Ultron, where do you think Ultron learns it from? He doesn't know whether to save the world or to destroy it. That's how Tony Stark is. In some cases, he is a hero, but in some cases, he's not that far off of being a villain. And I really do enjoy Iron Man. I love him as a character, but if you're telling me which was the side of who I would choose, it's definitely Captain America. So in my opinion, if you're going to choose a side in Civil War, it definitely should be Captain America, Civil War. Captain America got my vote. What's your opinion, everybody? Who do you want to vote for in the Civil War? Whose side are you on? I'm on Captain America's side, down and Drew. Always going to happen. Iron Man, no, not going to happen. So whose side are you on? Which side? And give me an explanation why you're on that side. Alright, everyone, my name's Lee, signing off. Everyone, you get to everybody. See the Captain America Civil War. Please, everybody. I failed again. But overall, have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.